if they will talk with you about them, they will talk about you with them. What does that mean? That is dangerous right there, right? Because if those are people that you're talking to and they're talking about somebody else all the time, always some drama, always some shit, the person that always fills you in on the shit that's going on that you're not involved with, right? Takes up headspace. Does it make you better? Why is this person telling you this about somebody? A lot of times it's somebody you don't even know, but they're always filling you in on some shit that doesn't involve you. Why? Because that's somebody that you don't need around you. Why are you talking to that person? Well, he's my brother, he's my friend, you know, whatever it is, right? That's dangerous because you value that person's opinion. It's somebody in your life that you care enough about to sit there and listen to a bunch of bullshit that you're not involved in, and it just detracts from you. That's dangerous because the people in your life, the people you call friends, you value their opinion. And a lot of times those are the dudes telling you shouldn't do something or you can't do something, or, you know, trying to hold you back, trying to convince you to not do something because they're not doing it. Really, therein lies the answer. They're not doing it, so they don't want you to do it. And they might not even know that. They might not even know. They might really think they're helping you out. But do you want to be where that person is? Do you want your life to look like that person? Because that's where your life's going to be. If you take advice from people about life, your life is going to look like those people's lives. Why do you value their opinion? Why are you listening to them? Why are you giving them headspace? You only have so much headspace. And especially nowadays, your headspace is taken up, it is diverted, it is clouded, especially clouded from the phone, social media, right? I, myself, am very guilty of that. When I sew, when I work, I always have an earpiece, I have headphones in, right? A lot of times, it's just because I have to stay focused. I have to stay super focused on what I'm doing because I'm thinking 3, 4, 5 things ahead. And then I jump to one of them and I skip the one in the middle a lot of times. Or somebody will have a conversation about something that has nothing to do with what I'm doing and really has nothing to do with what they're doing or should be doing. And it just detracts and it diverts me. So I keep earphones in. A lot of times it started just so that people wouldn't talk to me. Not because I am being an asshole, because we have tasks to do. And when I talk, I stop doing those tasks. I will stop and talk to you. Or I'll have some other seed planted. And then I'll have to go start looking that up. And I'll want to research that thing that has nothing to do with anything that is going to make me better. Perfect example, you know, politics, conspiracy, whatever it is. I'll start going down that rabbit hole and it will just divert me a little bit. I always like to say life is like the hand of a clock, you know, it's 60 minutes or 60 seconds, whatever. 60 seconds is a better analogy because that's really how it is. We're all walking straight and narrow at 12 o'clock. And while we're walking, we start having a conversation. And in my head, it ticks me just 1 second over. For a long time, we're walking, we don't realize we're on a different path now until you're a few miles down the road and you realize Joe next to you, you're talking to, he's not there anymore. It's that slight of a deviation, but that far down the road, you're on complete different paths now from what you were doing or what you needed to get done. And that works the same way for just tasking and getting things done through the day. So it's the same thing. So I'll be listening to, and when I said when I'm guilty of it, because like I'll listen to YouTube in the background and I'll just play things. And the more you listen to one thing, you listen to a video that are similar that day, it starts just showing you that same shit. So you might have wanted to listen to some positive stuff or something, you know, educational history or something, but all of a sudden something comes up and you start listening to a couple of those videos. Now it's changed from history to conspiracy theory, and you're just deeper and deeper down that rabbit hole. The prepper stuff and the prepper videos and the prepper channels, you start listening to that stuff and you start realizing every video is, oh my God, the world is ending. And you start just thinking, oh my God, the world's ending. And you were saving up for a piece of equipment, or you were saving up for some class you were going to take, or you're saving up for this, but everything's telling you the world's ending. You better buy canned food, and you better buy canned food, and canned food's hard to get a hold of. It's almost like, and I don't think this is the case, but it is almost like if a company has something that's not selling well, they just need to leak out that they're going to stop making it, or they're going to slow down making it, or they can't make it because they can't get the cans or the lids or whatever, and there's a panic buy and it flies off the shelves. Think about that. Was toilet paper selling really well? I don't think it was designed. I don't think it was intentional, but it sure had that outcome. They sold all that toilet paper. All that inventory went out. All that old stock went out. Everything went out, right? Look at Goya or any of these people they're talking about banning. If I needed to move a bunch of product, I would just fucking start telling people, hey, they're trying to cancel me. Cancel culture. They're attacking me. Or start a, like, you don't know what it is you're looking at every day, because a lot of it is manipulation. And those dudes that are standing there telling you that shit over and over, it's all they know how to do. They're programmed. If you have some certain picture of how you want your life to look, right? Somewhere down the road. A lot of guys talk about vision boards. Realization. Put those things on a board. Picture how you want that to be. Heard Frisella talk about that. Mylette used to talk about that. You want a jet. Picture your jet. Picture where your jet's at. Picture driving up in the car and the clothes that you're going to wear when you get on your jet. Picture going up the railing, exactly what the railing looks like, what color the jet is, what the interior is, what it smells like. You have to have those goals, and you look at those goals every day. They literally like take these things and cut them out and put a collage on a board, because it keeps you in your mindset. Your goals have to be big. You have to have something to chase, because if you don't, you become stagnant and you just sit there, right? Very successful people achieve the next level on their way to success, and then they're just complacent and they're happy because it's nice and warm. My alarm is supposed to go off at 4:30, but this morning my alarm, I started hearing this very, very faint sound. I didn't know what it was at 4 o'clock. And I've got two computers by my bed. I have a laptop that I only cut and do video stuff on. There's nothing on it but video shit. And then I have my other laptop. And I thought it was one of the computers. It wasn't. So then I realized it's my phone. And it's not like a weather alarm. And it's just this alarm says there's moisture in the charger, unplug the charger. That was at 4 o'clock. I didn't have to get up at 4 o'clock. I needed to be up by 4:30. But it was comfortable. I was warm. The air was cold out of the sheets. Time to get up, because I have shit that I want to accomplish. Had I not gotten up, I would have blown right past 4:30. Once I unplug that thing, I wouldn't be in that head frame anymore. I have things I want to do. If you have some perception of how you want your life to look, you better take an analysis of what your life looks like right now. Are you comfortable? Are you happy? Are you going to the gym? Are you working out? It's the things that you don't want to do that you know you need to be doing. That's when you need to do them the most. I did not want to work out yesterday. I did not want to do cardio yesterday. That's why I fucking made sure I did that shit. An hour of cardio, and then went and did fucking legs. You have to take an analysis. And those people that are in your head, those people you're giving time to, why do you have to have them next to you? Well, he's my brother. He's this, he's that. Hey, man, I am moving towards something. I am trying to reinvent myself. I'm trying to make myself better. Every time you are better, every day you do something you don't want to do, you are better for the people around you. You don't have to point it out to them. Most of them are so busy being complacent or doing nothing, they don't even realize what you're doing. Or they look at it as, well, that asshole, he won't come out with us because he's worried about what he looks like in the mirror. He's at the gym. If they wanted to be with you, they would hey, can I come to the gym with you? Hey, tell me about that diet you're doing. But be careful with that shit too. You can help people and give them advice when they ask for it. But if you're having the same conversation over and over and the results, the outcome's not changing, you know that motherfucker's sitting telling you how they need to, work out a little harder and do these things, but you see them eating ice cream. You see them drinking soda. Distance yourself from those people. Cut them out of your life. You can help somebody once. You can even help them twice. But if you're telling them the same thing more than twice, that's it. That's it. Stop letting them insert themselves into your life and into your conversation. It is taking from you. I hope somebody gets something from this. A lot of times these things I say just because I need to say them. I need to be in that head frame. I'll wake up in the morning and I want to grab that fucking phone and start scrolling through social media. That is the biggest suck, and it was manipulated, and it is intentional, and that was designed because they need to keep you down. They, who is they? Whoever they in your life is. All of us have a common they, and it just the they changes, right? It gets hyper focused the closer it gets to you. Keep those people away from you. They do not like you. They do not love you. They do not care for you. They need you on their systems. They need this pacifier in your hand. Figure out, if you're going to use that fucking thing, figure out how to do some good with it and harness that energy. If you put good shit out in the world, good shit will come back to you. If you're struggling, you need money, you need sales, whatever it is. If you need ideas, you have some problem you can't solve. Go work out and exert yourself hard. But John, what does that have to do with anything? When you move, your body will change. Physical movement will change your headspace. It is the free things, the simple things, and the things that most of us don't do. The simplest, rawest form will fix the other problems. I'm telling you, just move. And whatever you're doing, do it with fucking purpose and do it like it's important. If you do those things, urgency, importance, it's all really the same thing, right? They're different words. It's just a thesaurus for the same thing. Act like what you're doing is important, and all the bullshit you're doing that's not important, you'll stop doing some of that shit. And you'll feel good about it. Stand up tall in the mirror, raise your arms all the way up, pull your shoulders back, broaden your chest, inhale, and move. Get moving. You don't have to do an hour of cardio. Do 10 minutes 5 times a day. Do 10 minutes a couple times a day. Before you know it, it'll become 15 minutes. Eat just a little bit different. Put better food in your mouth. If it's coming out of a plastic wrapper, it doesn't go inside you. Leave some comments. Let's talk. Have a conversation. We can have these conversations as in-depth as you want. We can do different ones, whatever. These are just the morning things I do before I go get on a fucking treadmill or an elliptical or a stair stepper. I do a live video every night at 9 o'clock on Facebook. Join us. We talk about whatever you guys lead the conversation. We talk about whatever you guys want. Show gear that was made each day. Show gear that's getting done each day. Emails all the time. Hey, what's the status on my order? If you really want a pulse on what's going on in this shop, just send an email. So many times dudes are out on forums and shit. Hey, I've got this order out there. Fuck that guy, man. I can't stand that guy. When you see somebody saying they can't stand somebody, stop and ask why. And I'm not talking about me. It happens to me. I'm telling you that. I'm in some closed groups. Some friends own different businesses, so I'm in these groups, right? And some of them don't maintain. The moon's really pretty. I think it's full. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a streak coming across like a jet stream. Looks like a rocket shot through there, but it's super. There's actually 2 of them. There's a huge one from the moon, and there's another one this way. And we don't really get chemtrails or contrails, you know. There's another one. Is it contrail or chemtrail? Anyways, so I'm in these groups because they're companies we're friendly with, but they don't moderate their fucking groups. They let people just run astray. And if you're good friends with one company and you see people in there just fucking tearing the shit out of this company you're friends with, you might find that big company that's helping, and I'm not talking about us, you might find that this big company that fucking helps you out and promotes you and pushes your product and really drove business to you, and the reason people really got your start, you know, you were struggling every month to pay rent, and now you don't even have to think about rent because somebody said, hey, this shit's good to go. And you let them fucking talk shit in your group about them. If you allow somebody to stand there and talk shit about my family in your house, that's the exact same as you fucking doing it. That's the exact same as you doing it. And I'm in some group, and some guy was like, hey, I bought this scope. I think it was a holster group. And somebody's like, hey, I bought this scope. And is it a good scope? This dude Tiberius Rex said it's good to go, but he's kind of, you know, that dude's douchey, so I don't know. So you're gonna, I think it was $1,800. Dude bought an $1,800 scope based on something a guy on the internet said that you think is douchey. Why did you have to add that in? What did you gain from that? Did you think you were gonna get some clout? Because everybody wants clout to the negative. They don't want to add a boy for fucking doing hard work. They don't want to add a boy for some accomplishment. They don't want to add a boy for really helping some dude. Hey man, save your money on that $1,800 scope. There's this other one for $1,200. I personally own both of them, took them through many classes, and I like this feature about this, the battery life, whatever it is, right? But nobody wants the clout for the positive. It's always the negative ones that have all the fucking traffic in there. And it's not negative traffic. It's not traffic to the negative because the dudes in there are just hammering guys, right? They're laying the law down. That's not what it's about. They just want, it's the negative, man. The negative. This video's already gone 15 minutes, so now it won't load to Instagram. So I'm out of here, guys. I have work to do, and we will talk later.